Iranians, be careful.
Amidst Israel's war with Hamas, Iran has warned of a long-term war against the Jewish state. But in truth, that war has been on for decades. Iran's confidence to threaten US and Israel comes from the multiple militias that it has trained, funded and armed over the years. One term you should know in this context is the Muqawama doctrine. That is Iran's game plan, one that can change the face of West Asia. I'm Shivan Chanana. Welcome to Game Plan. Iran's support for Hamas is no secret, but its hidden tentacles go much wider. Iran's Revolutionary Guards have established, trained and armed Shia militias across several Arab nations for decades now. Let me tell you more about it. Starting with Lebanon. Hezbollah, which is currently attacking Israel from Lebanon, was Iran's first proxy in West Asia. Founded in the early 1980s, it has become the world's most heavily armed non-state actor. It has now evolved into a legitimate political party, receiving $700 million from Tehran annually. The Badr organization is the oldest and most powerful of Iran's proxies in Iraq and also have a political wing with seats in parliament. Then the Kataib Hezbollah, which were founded in Iraq in 2007, they've carried out several attacks against US forces over the years. Asaib al-Haq, they were founded in 2006 in Iraq. They have launched over 6,000 attacks on US and coalition forces in the region. Harkat Hezbollah al-Nijab, the group's original purpose was to support Bashar al-Assad in Syria against anti-regime rebels, and then in 2014 they began fighting ISIS as well. Kataib Sayyid al-Shohad, they were also formed to fight against ISIS and they received continued support from Iran. Iran established the Zainabiyon Brigade, recruiting among Pakistanis living in Iran as well as from Pakistan's tribal areas. Iran also galvanized Hazara refugees from Afghanistan living in Iran and re-established the Fateh Mion division with some 50,000 Afghans. Now coming to Yemen, Houthis. Iran gained a footprint in Yemen as well through its Houthi rebels, who captured Yemen's capital Sana'a in 2014 and ousted the government. They have threatened to join the Hamas attack if the US becomes directly involved in the current Israel-Hamas war. The Kurdistan Workers' Party, PKK, is a Kurdish militant political organization and armed guerrilla movement. PKK takes refuge on the Iranian side of the Kandil Mountains, receiving arms from Iran as well. Every time the PKK was under heavy pressure from Turkey, Iran came to its aid. Iran-backed militia operations remain focused on US targets, seeing it as an occupying force. Anticipating a possible interference from Iran or its militia groups and proxies across West Asia, US has now positioned its advanced aircraft carrier strike groups near Israel.
No one should do anything that widens this conflict in any way or that furthers aggression against Israel from any other direction.
Also, US forces assassinated Iranian General Qasem Soleimani and PMF Deputy Chairman Abu Mahdi. So any US interference here will only further antagonize Iran. Muqawama. This is an ideology which translates to the doctrine of constant combat or persistent warfare. It is a doctrine adopted by Hamas. It is a doctrine adopted by Hezbollah and all Iran-backed militias. This means that the war against Israel will be a never-ending one if Iran gets involved, having the potential to throw the entire West Asian region into instability. But Iran's involvement depends on the US involvement. It's a tinderbox. It's just a matter of time depending on who lights the matchstick. Do you think Iran will directly get involved in the Israel-Hamas war? Will that be the worst nightmare of the US and the West? Should US reconsider flexing its muscle in Israel? Let me know in the comments.